Hey guys, welcome back to Mower Repair, and here's our next little project. This is a Craftsman mower. This is the budget model. No self-propelled, 21-inch cut, 6.5 horsepower, and she does have a bagger, but the bagger's in pretty sad shape, so we'll probably just toss that. And our cable, once again, is froze up for our brake or our engine stop. So we'll have to work around that, but let's first figure out, is this thing worth fixing? Yeah, that's the question. Here we go. Step one for me is to always find out if the thing will rotate and is the blade bent on it. So, yes, it does rotate. And we are just below surface there. And just below there. So it's fairly straight. And that means our crankshaft's probably going to be fairly straight as well. And no, I did not unplug the spark plug on this thing because it's been setting for years. So, let's kind of check it out a little bit. Our deck doesn't seem to be rusted through anywhere. That all seems to be in pretty good shape. So, let's check out the engine and see what we got there. Our flapper's about to fall off. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Yep, fixed. All right. We know our crankshaft's straight. Yeah, our blade doesn't look like it's ever been sharpened. So that's a sign we don't have a ton of use on this thing. But it's not self-propelled either, so that kind of slows down the use on them. I gotta tell you, you probably don't realize this, but generally speaking, people are lazy. They're not gonna put up with a mower that doesn't self-propel. Alrighty, we need to clamp off our blade brake clutch. There we go. Alrighty, let's pull off our air filter, see what it looks like. See what our carb looks like under there. Ugh. That is not what you want to see whenever you're looking at an air filter. You see that? Yeah, it's done. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to squirt a little bit of fluid in here, and we're going to see if this thing will pop off or not. Today's flavor of carb cleaner is the Pro Honda High Performance Carburetor Cleaner. It removes gum, varnish, and carbon buildup. They're certainly not a sponsor, but it's what I have on hand. Here we go. Let's give the rope a tug. Well, no life there. Let's check our spark. Whew. She's pretty wet. Now herein lies the problem with doing this, is I can't see when I'm pulling the rope whether it has spark or not. I think I'm going to pull the beauty cover. Well, let's just give it a shot and see if I can actually see something. I do not see any spark. Let's pull off our beauty cover and dig down to our coil and see what it thinks. All right, I don't know if I get that recorded, but we pulled the beauty ring off and we're getting ready to pull our fuel tank off. And I need to pull this little cover off so I can pull the fuel line off the carburetor. I'm going to pull it off the carburetor instead of off the gas tank, because the gas tank, it has a plastic nipple on it, and the carburetor has a metal nipple. So if I pull off the gas or the carburetor, I'll have less chance of actually tearing something up. Well, it might be easier to pull this one from the gas tank. We'll give that a shot. Yeah, like 3,000 times easier. All right. All right, now that we got to here, all we need to do is pull 4 bolts, and we'll have our cover off, and we can actually see what the heck is going on with our coil. Oh yeah, and 1 bolt that holds the dipstick on. Holy crap. Look at that. That is quite a nest. Hope nobody's home because it's moving day. We're going to get a socket on there and spin this a little faster and see if we actually get spark at that plug. I'm going to disconnect the kill wire off the coil, just in case a mouse has ate through the insulation on that wire. Alrighty, I think I might have a solution to the problem. Whoa, I'll let off that a little easier. Yeah, we got spark. That time I remembered. Cool, we got spark. Let's hook our little wire back up and see if we still have spark after we hook it up. She's faint, but she's still spark. All right, kill wire's hooked back up. Engine stop wire, does that sound better? The coil just does not seem very strong. I wonder if these screws will come out without breaking off. That's always a question. Because they will, we have another coil we can try. So far, so good. Oh. Yeah. We happen to have another rusty, crusty coil off the last mower we just didn't fix. I was going to say the engine off that one, but it turns out the mounting bolts wanted to break off in the engine case. And these things are about a dime a dozen, so I didn't get very excited about saving it after that. All right, see if we can find us a business card or something suitable. That ought to do it. See if this coil has better spark. Well, it does. It's not a whole lot better, but it is better nonetheless. We'll put our plug back in, give it another little drink, and then see if she wants to pop. There we go. We need to put our house back on so we can actually have something to pull with. Put a couple of screws back in it. Let's give the rope a tug and see if she actually wants to start. Give it a drink first. Alrighty, We resort to a zip tie to hold our engine brake off. We'll give this thing a drink, and then give it a pull and see what happens. She poofed there once. Oh, twice. 3 times. I think we got a fouled plug. I'll get a plug and I'll bring you back as soon as we have one. All right, we installed a Champion J19LM, I think it is. We'll give that a tug and see what happens. That's enough to let us know that we've got what we already knew, a carburetor issue, and we have spark. So we'll get the carb fixed on this thing, and this sweetheart is going to run. At this point, there's only 2 screws holding it on, 2 bolts. Whatever you want to call them. And a linkage. Oh, that's froze. Yeah. That is, oh, she's moving a little bit. Hate to press that plastic shaft too hard. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do with this sweetheart. We'll pop the bowl off of it, which is a 13, and we'll see what's going on with it. All righty, let's pull our bowl off and see what we get. Holy cow. She's a tough one. I'm going to have my hand in your way here. Let's do something a little bit different here. Well, we got a lot of powder. Woo, look at that. Think she'll run on that? That's all out of the carb. Wow. Man, is there anything left of it? I think I'm going to throw that in ultrasonic cleaner before we take it apart. Yeah. I'll bring you back. Alrighty, well, I cleaned the carb, and this is what it looked like when it come out of the carb cleaner. So not very receptive to good gas flow. Yeah, and this stuff is just ate up everywhere. So I did the next best thing. Yep. That right there is the cheapest carburetor like this that you can buy, I think, off Amazon. But the good news is it came with an air filter as well to take care of this sweetheart. That little problem solved. Even has a pre-filter. Carburetor, fuel line, some other stuff come with it too, and really, it's just for the money, it's the way to go. If this thing works at all, anyway. Let's get it put on and see if it works. Alrighty, that is one carb installed. Now we need to install our fuel tank and all that pizzazz. That'll do. And we'll see if we can get this thing to fire. Give it a little drink, spark plug wires on. Well, wasn't that rather interesting? Our governor arm was not moving in our carburetor, and the governor couldn't control it. Yeah, so that I sprayed some, what do you call that stuff? PB Blaster, in there, and got it kind of lubed up, and it's working now. And that's what I was showing you. Whenever I put my finger or my thumb over here, it would dog it down, and you can see the governor moving back and forth and maintaining the engine speed. And that's what we want to see. I will get the engine RPM set on this thing. I don't think we're too far off now, but I think it needs to run just a touch faster. Yeah, we still need a cable for the engine brake, because that would be a good way to shut it off. And we're smoking just a little bit, primarily because we're using gas that was mixed for my steel weed eater, the 2-stroke fuel. So not too concerned about that either. Alrighty, well, I'll tell you what, it runs and doesn't seem to run too bad. So I don't know why this thing was junked. I don't know if it's the cable is why it was, the carburetor. I don't know. But let's keep going, and we'll get a little farther down the line here. Let's go ahead and put our carb cover on right here. This sweetheart wretch here. I think we'll blow it off a little bit and make it a little cleaner. There's a gasket that sits inside of here. Of course, my gasket's bent all to heck. It's going to go this way. Yep, that'll work. I'll lay it in the back of our cover here. It's actually got a couple little pins it sets on, I'm sure for ease of assembly. That's the only reason they would do something like that. It's to make it faster and quicker, easier, and less chance of a problem at the factory. It has nothing to do with repair. Because really, these mowers aren't designed to be repaired. They're designed to be thrown away and you buy another one. And there's one more that goes up here. There we go. Air filter body installed, and that gives us our primer. Let's see if that helps us start or not. Get our brand spanking new super high quality air filter here. Man, child-proof packaging. See if it's even close to the right size. It is. Then our pre-filter. And our air filter housing. Get the big chunks out of it. I can't even see where it's going. Let's lay the filter in this first. Then I can see. Make sure all my blue fits in there. That's pretty good. Grab our T-handle. Turn that baby on. All right, let's start it up again and see if this thing will start warm. And also we'll try to adjust our speed a little bit. I think our speed's pretty good. We'll get a tachometer on it and make sure of it, but I think we're pretty stinking close. Well guys, we got our cable in and got this thing finished up. She fires up. And she'll mow. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you all watching Mower Repair. Subscribe if you will, and I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.